Yo, it's Elliot with Yo Elliot. You got strength questions and I got your answers.
Yo, Elliot.
Today we got an anonymous question from our friend in India who wants to know, yo Elliot, how do I increase my confidence? I tend to stop breathing and my voice gets stuck when I speak to other people or speak in front of crowds. What's happening is my social abilities are being stifled because of this. I don't get invited to parties. My friends and associates think that I'm stupid and they're not very interested in being with me because of my lack of self-confidence. Now, I've got a problem. I've got to speak in front of the entire school in order to graduate this year, and I also have an opportunity to go to college next year where I can start fresh. What do I do? Well, Anonymous, thank you for your question. Here's the very first thing I want to be excited about and congratulate you on, which is the fact that you're going to get to start fresh. The greatest capacity the human being has is to become born again or become the strongest version of yourself. And you can choose to do this at any moment you choose. The greatest resistance to becoming the strongest version of yourself or being born again are the people around you. What happens is they set up psychological prisons for you that are the bars are made up of all the expectations that they've set for you. So over the past 10 years or so, you've behaved in a particular type of way, and they've come to expect that from you. And the minute you try to step outside the realms of that psychological prison, they're going to do everything that they can to pull you back in. For two reasons, this makes people uncomfortable. You becoming the strongest version of yourself is probably the best thing that you could do for the world. But it makes other people very uncomfortable. And the reason why is because first, they'll have to choose a new way to respond to you because you'll no longer associate with them in the same way that you did when you were of a lower confidence or a weaker version of yourself. They're gonna say things like, whoa, who do you think you are? Or that's not what you usually do, or anything to drag you back down and make you feel like, no, this isn't who you are, you're really not that strong and confident, which is a fucking lie. The other thing is, you show them, it's almost like putting up a mirror in front of their faces and you show them how weak they are for not choosing to become a stronger version of themselves, for not stepping out the bounds of the psychological prisons that they've accepted, that other people enforce on them, and that they have within their own nervous system. We put ourselves and throw away the key from in these prisons that are created. So you make it very uncomfortable for them. You're going to college next year, so you now have an opportunity to be a brand new person. No one knows you. You can walk in there and be the party animal, you could be the brainiac, you could be any character you decide to choose. The other thing we've got to deal with is your situation right now. You've got to be able to break free of the psychological and physical prison that you have been walking around in for the past 10 years or so. When I say physical prison, I literally mean a physical prison. Because of all the psychological issues and resistance that we have as human beings, we tense parts of our body in order to shut down our ability to discharge who we are or to let out our true nature. For you, it's obvious. It's in your stomach and in your neck. So what I'm going to invite you to do is to use these two exercises to really break up the physical tension associated with the psychological resistance. The first one is called the bow. It's an exercise created by Alexander Lowen. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to stand flat-footed, bend your knees slightly, take your hands and create two fists that you're going to drive into the lower back. Then, leaning backwards slightly, you're going to open your mouth and you're going to breathe through your mouth for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. What you're going to find is that there's going to be a lot of resistance in that physical position because what you're doing is opening your chest up, opening your belly up. Those are two areas that are clenched and tight on you, and charging with oxygen through the open mouth. So you're going to experience a lot of shaking in your body. You might there might be some physical pain. You know, your body is just going to be very uncomfortable in that position. Once you charge your body, you're going to feel jacked up, amped up, full of energy and you might not even know what to do. But here's what you're gonna do, the second part of the exercise, which is to yell at the top of your voice and from the bottom pit of your stomach. Those are the two areas of your body that you're clenched up right now. Your stomach is tight and you're not breathing. Your stomach and your solar plexus are associated with your self-confidence and your personal power. So we want to release all the tension in that body with a deep belly yell, like, ha! Ha! After you've done that, and you're going to experience some cognitive dissonance, essentially your body's gonna and your mind is gonna reject it to some degree. You might giggle or just feel uncomfortable doing it, but get over that bullshit. You're also gonna yell at the top of your voice to break up some of the resistance in your neck. Ha! 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 Once you do those, you're gonna be free to discharge. As a human being, there are two things essentially that we do. We either charge through breathing or discharge through laughing, crying, and sex. So we're busy charging through food, but very rarely do we charge with the most vital element and nutrient as a human being, which is oxygen. You're gonna charge your body and you're gonna discharge, and this is gonna break up a lot of the physical and psychological prisons that you have so that you can stand in front of everybody with the most confident version of yourself and then choose from that position to behave as the strongest version of yourself. Try that out, my friend. I'd love to hear your results. Keep me posted. Talk to you next time.
Yo, Elliot.